Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the HalfTorqued podcast. This is the second episode. Why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah, it was just a lot of, I don't know, man. Like you're about to announce the top 40 or something.
We are announcing the top 40.
I like
this
it.
is very important.
I liked it.
My name is Jeremy,
I'm Matt.
and this is very important stuff. And today, we're going to be talking about the top 10, 40 CBS FBS teams. Just kidding. We got a lot to talk about today. The first episode was kind of filled with us just saying, oh, I want to talk about that. Oh, I want to talk about that.
Right, yeah, and kind of who we are. And then we didn't even introduce ourselves.
Right, so now you know our names. I'm glad you know our names. I feel like that's pretty important.
Yeah.
And this is on camera, so I'm going to move this too.
Yeah, this is going well.
All right. What do you want to start off with?
Well, you got the lists.
I got the list. We're going to start off with brand loyalty.
Brand loyalty.
Can it be taken too far? I think we all know the answer to that. Everything can be taken too far. But how can it be taken too far, and who's the worst with it?
Mustang guys.
You think it's Mustang guys?
Or Corvette guys.
Corvette guys are pretty bad.
Corvette guys are pretty bad, especially when it comes to I have the one of one because there's a run on my rear quarter panel, and that makes it special.
Right, and it was the only one man on Tuesday in merino blue with a scratch in the back
yeah.
in this factory.
Right.
So I wouldn't consider myself somebody who has like a lot of brand loyalty.
That's funny because in episode 1 you said you were loyal to a brand.
I am, but that's because they have the best stuff. Hold on. Let me go into that. So, I'm a BMW lover.
Not a fighter.
Not a fighter. But that's because I think that they have the best stuff right now. I think that
Except for the front ends.
I disagree with that too. So maybe that's where brand loyalty comes in.
Post one right here for me?
Yes, this is an M3 and M4/M4 front end. It's gorgeous.
And now.
Oh, an M2.
And now, post the Angry Birds pig.
I'm not posting the Angry Birds pic. You
got-
guys can find out that if you want to find out.
That's what it looks like.
But they don't look the same.
They do.
If they look the same, then I wouldn't have to put it up because you'd think
Tell
it's
us
an Angry
in
Bird
the
pig.
comments who you agree with.
And the M2 had to grow on me.
Well,
I will admit that.
it's not growing on me.
Really?
Mm-mm. No, the one John Farrell had,
Yeah.
beautiful car.
Which is, what was that generation called?
You're the BMW. I'm loyal to BMW, and he
Well,
doesn't.
I've never cared for M2s, to be honest with you.
Is it not an F series? Like, were they not called F series? Hey,
So-
Peanut Gallery. Can y'all look that up real quick?
What chassis code is a 2018?
Yeah.
Any
2020 M2.
2020 M2 competition.
Sorry, our wives are here with us off camera. I think one of them's playing a video game.
Just what's the chassis code of a 2020 M2 competition?
They hate us.
They do hate us.
Yeah.
And they're gonna come back with like.
It's gonna be something stupid.
Yeah.
It's a Gonzo F4 or yeah.
It's an M2 competition, I think.
Who finds it first?
What? It'd be a letter followed by two numbers usually. F87.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. So the F87
The
is
F87 it's pretty. I like it a lot.
Dude.
The one thing I don't like about older BMWs is the disconnected grille. So, why are you looking at me like that?
I was trying to picture that in my head.
So, like my 540i is a LCI is what they call it. So
Right,
it's a G30 LCI, and then they have the pre-LCI where the grills are like, it's like one grill and then one grill.
Oh,
Mine's like connected with like a bar in the middle. I think it looks a
Okay.
lot more luxurious, but the M3, M4s also don't have the connected grill.
Right.
Because you can't really connect that. It's basically the whole front end anyway.
Yeah, because it's one giant nostril on each side.
I love the way they look, especially with like an Adro wide body.
No.
I think a
Now,
lot of
Adro
companies,
it makes it better.
yeah,
I still don't like it.
but not tolerable.
No, not for me, man.
Also, I'm sick. That's why I'm talking like that. So just
He's not
ignore
sick.
me. Okay.
He ate hot fries before this.
No, hot fries don't do that to me. It does something else.
Are you
And
still
that's
on the
usually
hot
day
fry
after.
kick?
I am. I literally just bought 2 bags of hot fries.
Did you? Is that why you left?
Yeah. So, I love BMWs. I would say that I'm loyal to them, but I would take an R8 over an M8.
Okay. Yeah.
Even though when you look at times, the M8 destroys it.
Yeah.
Nürburgring, even the R8 GT,
Such a pretty car.
gorgeous car.
Yeah. Picture?
The M8 smokes it.
Your M8 was very pretty, and your M8 was pretty dang fast, man.
Yeah, and my only problem with BMWs is that they all look very similar.
Mm.
I'm a BMW fan, so I can obviously like tell you which ones are different whenever I see them.
Right.
And I think that's one thing cool about the M2, M3, M4, M5 is that they're starting to look different. When like you got Mercedes and Audi that literally RS3, RS5, RS7 look all very similar.
Pretty much, yeah.
Different sizes, of course, and different doors, but in general, they all look like the same car.
Pretty much, yeah.
To a non-Audi fanboy. Same with Mercedes is definitely the worst of the three about that kind of thing.
Absolutely, yeah. And I like Mercedes. I'm not a huge fan, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah, until you get to like AMG GTRs.
Yeah,
but
the grandpa car.
My wife thinks it's a grandpa car.
It's not a grandpa car.
It dumbfounds me. Genuinely does.
Yes, it does.
And I actually considered buying an AMG GTR over the M8. I was going to trade that, and that's when we find out. Yes.
Or just a GT?
GTR.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christos.
But I couldn't afford it anyway. So when I say I have considered a car, that means I looked at it because I've looked at every single car.
Oh, I've considered so many then.
Right.
Yeah.
But like saw if it was plausible and looked up the prices and, more than just looked at it, but never took the next step.
Right.
Like the Corvette I was very close to buying. That was like a different thing.
But Charlie tried to buy a Corvette. You know that?
Really?
Yeah, he had one on order, but it was taking so long, when they first came out.
Yeah,
it was impossible to get, so he just canceled it.
That's a bummer. Was it just a C8?
Yeah.
Like
that was before the Z06 and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Wayne has the ZR1 coming.
Really?
Pretty sure.
So Wayne is a guy filthy rich, basically. And he's known for not having a car for longer than a week.
God, it feels like it. He keeps some of them, man. He still has that Maserati.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I believe.
The last time I checked, that was the first R8 GT I've seen. That was when I looked up like the
only one I've ever seen.
True. One of 333 or something like that.
Something like that, and less in the country.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
So he just has so many things. He has an M3CS now, which is gorgeous.
Yeah. I think he has a GT3 RS coming too, which we're going to talk about on this episode.
Yeah, and the Corvette.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think BMW is the best out of the three when you talk about Mercedes versus Audi versus BMW.
See, as much as I like BMWs, I think like the front end on the M3 and the M4's kind of killed it for me.
Really?
But it's not that I don't like them anymore. I would rather have like an E92 or, maybe an E46 or something. But I love the Audi RS3. And I know it's not the fastest and it's it's not the coolest looking, but I think they look like if you put an A3 and an RS3 beside each other, a car guy's going to know the difference. And
the car guy will, yeah.
Yeah, and they're more aggressive looking than a regular A3, and they're just such a cool car, man, and I'd really like to have one. I'd like my wife to get one, but terrible driver. Well, we might talk about that in an episode one day. Yeah. She gave me a look.
That's fine. Yeah, they give us looks.
This is a bad idea having them in here.
Really bad idea. Yeah, we're about to get shot. I just think they're the best because when you talk about,
let me say this. BMW for the longest time has always set the bar when it came to German cars.
Right.
So there was always, like when a new model would come out, I remember it was like the ATS-V or something like that. CTS-V may have been one. I'm not really sure, but I remember because I go to the Detroit Auto Show every year, right? And there's always this car, and you'll see something. Oh, it's the next M3 killer, and then the next year something else is the next and nothing ever really does it.
Right.
And obviously, there's cars that are faster and all that kind of stuff. But when you put it in its class, man, they're hard to beat.
Yeah.
Until you look at them. But, it's just me.
But the back ends, too, are gorgeous.
Everything about the car is great except for the front end.
Which I get why people don't like them. I just disagree. But no, like, you have these people who love the RS7s, RS5s, and they're really pretty cars.
Mm-hmm.
But they also haven't been changed in, like, 15 years.
Kind of like a GTR, I guess.
Yeah, but that's kind of... I feel like that's different.
It is different because it's one model. It's not spread amongst multiple models and things. And
well, and I feel like the GTR is in its own class. And although GTRs aren't my favorite car in the world, and that's why I went with the Supra over GTR, they are absolutely in their own class, and they set the bar in like 2008, 9.
So, see, I think they're the engineers over at Nissan, the guys that designed the GTR and whatnot, have been sitting there for the past 5-6 years like, what are we doing? What do we do now?
Yeah.
And now they're like hybrid. Because, honestly, you know,
Hybrid's
as
the
you
future.
say, that's just my opinion, man. Cancel me if you want to.
Yeah.
But hybrid is the future. It is the best way to go.
100%.
And I'm not saying that I don't like the all motor turbos and all that kind of stuff, because that is awesome.
But you can mix them together. Like, that's the whole
right,
point.
yeah, the P1. My favorite thing I've ever heard said about the P1 was Jeremy Clarkson talking about how the electric motor is there just to help the petrol motor, right? So it's there to, it's there to fill in the gaps. And he said it's basically like weaponizing a wind farm.
Yep.
And that is one of the coolest.
That's cool.
Like, God, man, you know, they're getting ready to release their last episode together.
Yeah.
And it's so sad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not crying. I got something in my eye. Maybe I'm crying.
Yep, he's bawling his eyes out.
Yeah, but no, but man, that's going to be so sad, like, when those guys are gone. But, you know, just hearing them talk about the different cars and things, and, you know, maybe put that clip, if you can, up here of him doing that.
For sure.
The Widowmaker.
Oh, that's such a cool name, too.
Ugh.
I wanted to name my Supra the Widowmaker, and that would just be disrespectful.
Oh, hey, speaking of the Supra.
What's it doing back there?
Yeah.
And why doesn't it have wheels?
Oh, man. So,
It doesn't need them. That's how cool it is.
Can we see the wheels, like, in the camera? I didn't even check it. Can we see that they're not there right now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
I think so.
So you guys out there in internet land watching, you can see that the wheels are gone. So
Why?
do we tell them? I guess we tell them. Yeah, we tell
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
So our friend Victor at Black Label Coatings has them right now.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys got to check them out. We'll post
Absolutely.
his info up here. Can you put it on my finger?
I'm not going to move it with your finger because that's a lot of work.
Wow, come on. Just like
I will
can
try
you-
to
can you-
keyframe that.
Can you put it right here?
Okay, now stop. I could probably just do what you did, but anything past that, and I
Really?
don't get paid enough.
What if I move it this way? We don't get paid at all. But anyway, Victor has had Black Label Coatings. Dude is an amazing powder coater. You know, me and Jeremy mess around with powder coating, but we are not on his level by any means, and we're not afraid to admit that. But we're going to be doing a video with him, guys. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
Just because Victor's awesome.
When this is posted, we will be picking up the wheels tomorrow.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
It should be.
Which is a little bit further now for us, but like when this is posted, it should be. Yeah, we'll be filming the video tomorrow.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do maybe we'll go live real quick.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, right?
Maybe. Would you guys join us when we did a live?
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
We should definitely start. Your wife hates me.
Yeah. My wife hates me
she
too.
smiled. No, I was talking about your wife hates me.
I know, my wife
she
hates me. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you hate us. Dude.
Your wife, not mine.
Mine did not hesitate. I don't think I was finished saying it.
No. Anyways, frick, what were we talking about? So yeah, Audi. I think that's
Audi is usually on the cutting edge of things.
right with their technology. I think they set the standard. They did the Matrix lights, which is cool.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, I think BMW swoops in and just executes it better.
So it's like when Android releases something, and then a little bit later, the iPhone comes out and it works great.
Right.
Yeah.
And Android like comes up with the idea, and Apple's like, we'll take that.
Yeah, we got it from here, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Sit back down.
And so I think that Audi is on the cusping edge of technology.
They set the standard. BMW kind of takes it on
Right.
and kind of runs with it.
Yeah, and I think BMW kind of sets the standard with performance-wise.
In the German world, yeah.
Yes, yeah, of course. And
Yeah.
this is all obviously like versus Audi and Mercedes.
It's also opinion.
True.
Don't roast us.
Um,
Share your opinions with us. That's what we wanna
Absolutely.
know. Yeah.
we'll do a poll, see who wins. Just settle it for
Of the
once
three,
and for all.
the three Germans. Yeah.
But like I was saying, GTR is in its own class, right? And so I just think that when you're comparing the three directly, BMW takes the cake. And they are taking strides to separate their models from each other.
Yeah.
And whether they look good or not, sorry.
At least they're trying.
At least
You know
they're,
what I mean?
at
Yeah.
least they're, because I think that right now, if you put the three cars like next to each other, a person that's not into cars could tell the difference.
Yeah.
The M2, M3, and M5.
So
And
the,
probably
the M3 and the M4 kind of.
They're basically the same car.
Yeah.
They used to be the same car.
Used to.
History lesson.
So it used to. Yeah, they did. But at one point, it was one was the two-door, and one was the M4 was a two-door, and the M3 was the sedan.
But I thought at some point it was like the whole thing was like there's an M3 for everybody. So they had the M3 sedan, they had the M3 coupe.
Yeah, used to it was just M3, and then
Right.
when the 4 came along, they
They
had
broke it into,
split
like,
it. Yeah,
2 different models,
Yeah.
which is actually really cool. I wish they kind of kept that. Because I think it's so cool that there's like just all the different types of M3s.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that BMW's the best of the three. But I'm not like opposed to looking the other way.
Mhm.
So that's why I don't feel like I have lots of brand loyalty.
Says the guy with a BMW right here on the lift.
See, that's kind of the point, though. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Is calling the
no,
Supra a BMW really even an insult?
it's not.
No, it's not. So, yes, I have brand loyalty to BMW, but I also own a Supra,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm aware has a BMW motor in it. But it's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Mustangs are the best out of the 3 American brands.
I'm sorry, what? I couldn't hear you.
And that is probably more blind brand loyalty than I have for any other brand.
Well, I joke about Mustangs a lot. I grew up in a Camaro household. I'm not a fan. It's the way I was raised. But at the same time, you were raised, kind of with both.
Mm-hmm.
But, we told you guys in the last one that we've got that Mustang out there. We're going to be doing stuff. And, it's because Jeremy, it's been in his family since 89.
A little bit later
like
than that, but it was at least in the 90s, I think.
Yeah, so a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't like Mustangs, but, man, I'm looking forward to that project just because, it has such a cool tie to my friend and his family. And, he's excited about it. So, of course, I'm going to be excited about it. I'm going to give him crap. But, that's just what we do. And, my dad's going to hate me for working on a Mustang. But,
Yeah.
I think he'll be okay.
Well, I think I'll make it.
He says he'll love me no matter what. So,
That's pushing it, though.
my wife doesn't even say that, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't either.
Mine's reading right now.
Mine's probably playing Roblox.
Yep, that's a yes.
So, I think that, there's like, especially in the American brands, in America, you're raised with like one particular brand.
Yeah, it seems to be that way.
As long as it's not Dodge, I'm on board.
For the most part, yeah. So I have a Dodge truck that belonged to my brother, and when he passed away, we kept it, and so I do have sentimental attachment to that truck, and we'll probably never get rid of it. I'd really like to do some stuff to it, but my mom doesn't want to.
That's fair.
A Whipple supercharger on that thing would be pretty sick. Yeah. But other than that, there's not a Dodge out there I want to buy.
I don't mind TRXs.
No, they're cool.
But then you see the Raptor R.
I still like the TRX though.
Really?
I do.
And then Chevy just doesn't have a performance truck at all.
Chevy's like,
they tried.
we ain't worried about it, man. You seen our Corvette?
I think they just tried with the ZR2.
Yeah,
truck,
but it's so.
But it's like
as you kids
a 4-cylinder twin turbo.
It's so mid. I don't think it's a 4-cylinder twin turbo.
It's bad, whatever it is.
Yeah, but
and they're also taking V8s out of stuff that kills me. What are you whispering about?
Nothing, man.
Get out of here. Get out of here. But no, I think brand loyalty is a big thing, and it's okay to like one brand over the other.
It is.
But when you're closed off completely to another brand just cause.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So, all joking and whatnot aside, I will give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Like Joel's red Mustang. That thing's wicked.
A beast, yeah.
Yeah. Jack liked it.
Yeah, absolutely.
When he said we're going to launch it, and Jack is like, you mean leave the ground?
Like, this thing can fly?
But like the newest Ford GT. That is
Absolutely.
a sick car.
Gorgeous. We forgot to turn the air conditioning off.
Yeah. Let me get that.
Yeah,
I'm starting to hear it. You hear that?
We have a turbocharged AC.
Yeah, like you can't see it on the remote, but it is. And now I don't hear it at all.
Yeah.
So that's going to be in that whole thing.
100%.
Well,
I hope that cooled you down, fellas. Probably not.
I got swamp ass.
Yeah, I'm pretty sweaty right now.
If this wasn't a mesh chair, I'd slide right out of it.
Anyway, the Ford GT is absolutely one of my dream cars. I'd like to own like one of the GT40s, like the older ones.
Yeah, that's not your dream car, though?
No, it's not my dream car.
Sounds like somebody's peeing.
It does. I wonder if you can hear that.
I hear
like
it.
We're in a sewer or something.
I hear it. Is it showing up over there?
No, it's not showing up over there.
Wow. Okay.
These mics are awesome.
Yeah, they are.
I wish you guys could hear that. That's crazy. It's like a little waterfall over there.
That's wild.
It's like a Zen fountain.
I'm gonna have to pee soon just listening to it.
Anyways, back on track, Matthew.
Got it covered.
The Ford GT is incredible. I like the Viper. I don't think that you like the Viper.
The Viper's cool.
Okay.
I just, we talk about cars that haven't changed a whole lot.
True. There's a lot of different trims.
There's a lot of different trims, but God, it really just hasn't changed. It's impressive for what it can do and stuff, but it just hasn't changed that much since it come out.
Right.
And it's just not me.
Yeah. I think it's really cool. Like, the no holds barred street car is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think they look great. And they sound cool. But the whole, you can get one for $40,000 or $400,000.
Yeah.
That upsets me a little bit because I just don't like the fact that Joe could have it down the street and so could the richest man on earth, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Like,
yeah.
What are you putting the $400,000 into then?
Yeah.
And obviously performance, I get that, but like, I think if you're paying that much more for something, I think you should get what it's worth.
I feel like you're leading into the ZR1.
It did perfectly lead into the ZR1. Let's talk about the C8 Corvette.
Yeah, honestly, I think we should hold off on the Vet until we hear Nürburgring times and things like that.
We can't hold off on it now.
What if it does? Like, what if it comes out and that ZR1 is sub 7 minute and whatnot? Because it better be.
It better be sub 7.
It better
the
be.
Z06 should be sub 7 minute.
I don't know if it will be.
Hot take.
It's gonna be really close, but
I don't want to hold off.
I'm sorry. I think we owe it to the heritage of the Corvette to wait. Just like we're not going to talk about the GTD right now because we want to see numbers. We want to have facts to back it up with, right?
Okay.
It hurts his heart.
It does.
I kind of felt good, man.
Talking about
this is how our wives feel all the time. Like,
yeah. Just shutting us down.
Yep.
You getting that feeling right now?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, fine. We won't talk about the Corvette. I have very strong opinions about the new ZR1.
He does.
It's pretty, but it's not $100,000 and $200,000 worth.
I can't wait to see the first window sticker. It's gonna be stupid. That's one thing we should bring to light. I mean, everybody talks about it, but dealer markups, brother.
Mm-hmm. I think I don't like Teslas very much. I'd like to own a Tesla Model S Plaid.
That'd be cool.
But what they're doing by getting rid of the dealers and ordering straight from the website, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, because you avoid all that kind of crap, and that's all that is BS. There's no sense in market adjusted value and stuff like that. Come on, man, it's a car.
Yeah, MSRP is MSRP, period.
Right.
And brands like Kia, when we were looking at the Highlander, we were to win a Telluride and the Highlander, and it's Kia is known for, I don't know the name of the person who makes Kias, but that what he's been known for was having all these luxury features for a affordable price. And we went to the shop to Telluride, and it was $20,000 over MSRP.
Oh my God.
And it was they would not budge
for a Kia.
Yeah, and it was okay, well, can you give us $1,000 off? No, somebody will come in and buy it tomorrow. We don't need you.
All right, cool, man.
Sick. I'm gonna go buy a Highlander, and it's gonna last 300,000 miles.
Yep.
And your Kia is gonna break down in 25,000.
Yeah.
Cool. Actually, I love Kias. Hyundai's. I'm cool with both. Like I said, I was between a Stinger and an M3, so.
And you ended up with something completely different,
which I'm very happy with. So I'm glad I did.
God, imagine if you got the Kia. Yeah, what would this be right now if you had gotten a Kia?
Probably a 540i.
If you'd went down that road of the Kia, would you still have a Supra sitting right here? No, because we wouldn't be trying to hang out with you.
Yeah, exactly. No, I probably wouldn't be into cars anymore. Or I'd go to an EV6 GT, which is cool.
It is for what it is.
But I'd take a Supra over it.
There's not many things that in that price range that is better than a Supra.
Right.
That'd get roasted.
Lyric is pretty cool.
That's an inside joke.
It is an inside joke. Sorry. Lyrics are really nice, actually. My brother was about to buy one. He has an EV6, and he was about to buy a Lyric, but they severely overshot or undershot the prices that they thought they were going to have. And then they totally were like, oh, yeah, it's $30,000 more than we originally thought. And then the EV9, that's another one of those. The concept pictures for that car were gorgeous. You ever see those?
Oh yeah.
They had like the suicide doors, and the seats were like floating, and so you could just see straight through when you had both the doors open. I'll put a picture up, and then they drop it, and it's like it looks like a Telluride, but electric because it doesn't have a grill.
So you being a Supra owner, did you ever see the FT1 concept?
I did. I like it. It looks a little GTA car for me.
That's fine. I saw it in person.
Oh, you're so cool. I
It's
go to the
beautiful.
Detroit Auto Show every year.
What was funny about it, though, is when we saw it in person, it was the cat is like clawing at my leg right now. Enzo, chill. Go get in your drawer. But yeah, the FT1 concept had a golf cart motor in it when it was in the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So just so they can move it around and
Yeah,
stuff. Oh, dang. I thought she was actually getting in the drawer. But yeah, man, that thing looks so cool.
Yeah.
And then, so when I went to Detroit when the Supra actually came out, and the first time I saw the Supra, I was kind of bummed, man, because the FT1 in person just looked so much better.
Such a high expectation.
Than the Supra, yeah. And then, God, I was so bummed.
Yeah.
But it grew on me, man. I loved the car, and then I drove it, and like, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
There was a brief instant there, and my wife will probably roll her eyes when I say this, but like I thought about getting that over a GTR after I
Really?
drove it. Yeah, I really did.
I did not know that.
But so the only reason I didn't, she rolled her eyes. The only reason I didn't is because I always wanted a GTR. And, you know, attainable dream car. We talked about that in the last episode, and the Supra just isn't on that level for me. Love the car. Out of all the cars that I've driven, which is quite a bit, the Supra and the F87 M2 competition that John had. Yeah, those are my two favorite cars aside from the GTR. Well,
that's crazy.
No, I take that back because I've driven the NSX since.
True.
That car was amazing. Josh's GT3 was amazing. They were. He asked me which one did I like after I drove his GT3. If I liked the NSX or the GT3 better, I like the NSX better. And I like the NSX.
So hard to compare though, too.
They are like really different.
Yeah.
But that's what put the NSX over it a little bit because it looks more exotic. It doesn't look like, no offense, it doesn't look like just about every other Porsche. And it's also very luxury. Like it's super nice inside. And my wife,
cockpit.
Yeah, like so she doesn't care for the NSX looks wise, but she liked the car. Yeah, I know. We're gonna have that episode with both of them. But yeah, the NSX is just like it's on a different level. And man, when I was driving that thing, me and Devin were riding in it, and I was just cracking up the whole time because there's no sense in it being as fast as it is at what was it like 510 or whatever it is. But dude, it's pretty sick. Yeah. But the GT3 was really good too. It was very planted. It's more raw, but you know that's what it is. And
I think you could get the NSX to that raw point though.
You absolutely can. You know, if you just add an exhaust,
right? Roll cage and
I mean,
weight savings.
I don't know about that, but you know, add an exhaust, get a good intake, so you get more of the turbo noises. It's actually gonna feel a whole lot more raw. And that's one of the things about the GT3 is it's all motor,
right?
But Josh's is pretty loud. He's got the roll cage in it too. So, but you know, the GT3 is. I mean, I guess Porsche guys consider that almost the track car, right? And then you get into the GT3 RS, which I guess you just kind of want to talk about, right? Like
good topic segue there.
All right. It's like we know what we're doing sometimes.
We don't, though. The GT3 RS. I love that car. They look gorgeous. They sound incredible, especially with an exhaust. I forget the brand that makes a really good exhaust for that car.
I like the
Gentani.
Yeah, but I like that Fab Speed like Walter has on his car. That thing sounds wicked.
But I think it gets too much attention. Yes, it's like one of the fastest cars in the Nürburgring ever. But like, there's more to a car than that. And if you're paying, they're like $400,000 now.
I mean, I guess that's
minimum. Yeah,
before markups maybe. I don't.
That's after markup. I think markups. I think without markups, they're probably pretty fairly priced. I think they're like $350. But also, I know that Porsche has so many options. Yeah, you start at like 100, and you'll get to 300.
Right. Yeah. Here's your $75,000 Porsche. But after all this, it's
the WISAC alone is like $75,000. which is worth it for sure. It's like the only reason you buy a RS car. I feel like. And then I'm also like a big fan of the spoiler, but then I saw one in person.
Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't care
It's
for
a
it.
little too much.
Yeah.
And I'm a big spoiler guy. Like,
yeah. All right.
that's like all
There's
I care about.
Literally one sitting over there.
I'm literally, yeah, there's going to be a high wing spoiler on the Super soon.
Yeah. Thank you, Adro.
Absolutely. It's going to look killer. I can't wait for you guys to see that.
Yeah.
But I didn't care for it. And everything about that car is so cool, though. Like, the underneath of it with all the aerodynamics is so cool.
Mhm.
And, like, there's so much attention to detail. But, like, what on the, what's that track that Haggerty uses all the time? Willow Springs?
Yeah.
It beat the Corvette Z06
yeah.
by, like, a second and a half.
Yeah. I mean, a second and a half is a long time on a track like that, but
From a
yeah,
$10,000 car to $500,000.
yeah,
That's not that big of a jump. And I know that the Nürburgring, the times will be more dramatic because Willow Springs is like 2 minutes anyway.
right. But it's also, if you and I got in those cars, there's no telling what's going to happen because
sure.
it does come down to driver, and neither one of us can drive like that.
Right.
I mean, I can, but you can't, and I can't.
He can't, but I definitely can't.
No, I can't. My wife
I said can't.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't, but I definitely can't. We both can. I'm just worse. And so like I get, and on the Nürburgring, we don't know the Nürburgring time for the Z06 yet.
Nope.
But it's not going to touch the GT3 RSs.
I hope not.
Most likely.
Well, what if it does? What if it's faster?
Yeah, if it does, then you got the ZR1, and then you got the Zora coming after that.
Jesus. Imagine though, if the Z06 comes out and for whatever reason it's faster on the Nürburgring than the GT3 RS, how will that change people's opinion of the GT3 RS? Because
it won't touch Porsche guys' opinions.
Oh, absolutely not. No, that's why they. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Brand loyalty.
Yep. But imagine if it does, like, what's that gonna do to all these guys?
We know it won't though.
Because no, it's probably not. But even if it's close,
mm-hmm.
it's gotta do something up here to those guys. And like the GT3 RS, I kind of think is one of those TikTok cars, like because it's all over Instagram Reels and stuff like that, and
and it should be.
It's
a very, very cool car.
Absolutely, but how's that gonna?
That cool,
right? I think it's awesome, but there's better things out there for the money.
Mm-hmm. And I was on the train that a GT3 RS was like the best car ever for a while, and then we were talking about the GT2 RS, and I was like, no, the GT3 RS beats it. It doesn't.
Nope.
Now it is like a Manthe edition or something like that, but still, I don't know when the 2RS came out, but it's
been a while.
Definitely a few years before the new RS.
Yep.
The 3RS. And so, like,
what's going to happen when a new GT2 RS hits the scene?
Right, which I think they're doing.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
They keep calling it. So there's these like spotting pictures of a GT3 RS on the Nürburgring.
Yeah, but it's got different exhaust outlets.
Right, so they're calling it a 3RS, but people have claims that they've heard some turbo spool. So if a 2RS comes out, it's going to be hard not to be like the king.
Turbos make everything better.
100%.
Except relationships.
True, that makes them worse. So yeah, I think although the 3RS is very cool, I think people take it a little too far.
Yeah.
And then you got people who want to daily them, and that's a whole other thing.
There's no way, like, there's no way you want to daily a car like that.
Right.
You just don't want to.
Even the GT3 that Josh has.
He doesn't daily it.
No, not at all.
Yeah, Daniel doesn't daily his, like,
because they're amazing cars, but to be that much of a track-oriented car, you have to be super stiff, which is really like the only big thing. But like,
not to mention you're going to chew up those tires,
right? Especially if you got like Cup 2s.
You're not running all seasons on a GT3,
right?
You know?
And if you do, then don't buy a GT3.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah,
911.
Exactly. So yeah, I think that we definitely have a tendency to just overrate cars for no reason at all. Mm-hmm. The AMG one is a underrated car, I feel like, for what it's done. Is it? It's not street legal. Is it street legal?
I don't think it is.
Really?
I don't think so.
Could you guys look that up?
They're not even listening to us because we're not funny.
If you listen up, look up. Is the AMG one a street legal car? How do we not know that? We're car guys.
Well, we're not Mercedes guys.
Very true.
Brand loyalty.
Not a
See,
street-
I was right.
Wow. Okay.
I am a car guy.
Well, maybe it's not underrated then. We'll just nip that one in the bud. Sorry.
Way to go, Jeremy.
Yeah, sorry. That was a bad topic of discussion. Sorry. The GT Black Series.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about one that is street legal.
I'd probably take a GT Black Series over a 3RS.
Ooh.
Hot take?
No,
Not a hot take.
I don't think it's a hot take.
About the same price range.
You see, I would take the Z06 or the ZR1
Z06 over what?
or the GT3 RS.
Really?
I sure would. I think the GT3 RS is a great car. I think it's a great looking car. There's just something about the Z06 and the ZR1. So cancel me if you want to.
That's crazy.
You know, I don't know. It's just,
I don't blame you, but
it's opinions is all it is. And, you know, I would rather have a Nismo GTR, but that's just me.
would you take a Nismo GTR over a Z06?
Yeah.
ZR1.
Ooh.
Well, we don't know yet, I guess.
Yeah,
but like,
I don't know if I'd do that one, but the Nismo GTR is probably going to be the next thing for
Yeah.
me. As far as like, you know, if I get rid of my GTR, it's probably going to be for a Nismo GTR,
Right.
or
Which is fair. Those things look incredible.
a newer one that's blue. Because if I had a deep blue pearl GTR, I wouldn't cut it up, put a wide body on it, and wrap it a different color. Charlie.
We'll throw a picture up of his car. His car is absolutely phenomenally gorgeous, which I think it's not a problem if you cut it up and put a wide body on it.
No, it's not, because we're doing that. But
True. But the color he has under it is deep metallic pearl?
deep blue pearl.
Deep blue pearl,
Yep.
which is beautiful.
It's my absolute favorite. That's what I tried to get. They're hard to find, or at
Yeah.
least they were when I was buying one. But I bought mine during COVID, so
Yep.
thanks a lot, COVID.
For not letting anybody find anything and dealer markups and. Anyways, yeah, and I would take a McLaren 720S over a GT3 RS.
I would take a 765 LT over a lot of things.
I would take a 765 LT almost over anything except for like a Senna RP1.
Oh, well, then you're talking hypercars. That's a little.
Yeah, but
You're here. Those are there. So
I get that. But like, I'd take a 765 LT over a Ford GT,
oh yeah, absolutely.
like a new one.
Mhm.
Phew.
Any GT, yeah.
I'm a McLaren fanboy. That's something I have brand loyalty to, and I almost would pick a 720S over an SVJ.
Yeah, we actually discovered it. You're Bruce McLaren reincarnated.
Literally. So
Yeah.
I was born on the same day that Bruce McLaren died.
Well,
Same day,
yeah,
not the same year.
yeah, that was 1970.
But he died in 1970,
You're not Crispy's age.
which is the birthday that I used to lie to get on social medias when I was younger.
And that's why he can't use PayPal.
Shout out to PayPal for locking me out for life.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, I had a business and everything. What do you want me to do, man?
We still do.
But yeah, I think McLaren is definitely the worst brand loyalty I have so far. Because I was just like watching this TikTok thing. It was like, build your dream garage. And I almost picked a 720S over an SVJ.
I would.
Really?
Yeah, I would. I
Which
know it-
most people would consider silly.
That's fine.
Because an SVJ is like the peak Lamborghini.
Absolutely. For now. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it is, but
Well, they've got the Revuelto and and they've got a ton of stuff. But
if I could have the 765, I think it looks better.
that's different though. 720S is what I'm talking about.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking 765 because when I think what would it be like to be Tom as
Yeah.
both? Anyway,
Who has that much money and buys a 720S and a 765 LT?
Tom,
Brother,
I love you.
buy a Senna or a P1.
Maybe he will.
Maybe he will.
He's
This
got-
is a guy who can't go and do photo shoots in the rain because he has windshield wipers on all his cars.
on his GT, yeah.
Because why do you need them if you have 16 cars?
You know what's funny is
Baller.
the way we talk about Tom, and then when you meet Tom, he's just so cool and down to earth.
Yeah.
But I tried to introduce you that one day, and you were afraid.
Dude, I got like starstruck. I was like, wait, hold on, no, I don't
I
want
can't do it.
to. Which I don't really get starstruck very often, but I don't know. He's like a normal guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
He's a good dude. He's a successful businessman. You know, owns his own business and loves cars.
McLaren is definitely my worst brand loyalty I have.
That's okay.
But I think it's a good brand loyalty to have.
I don't feel like I have like a really tight brand loyalty.
Except for GTR.
I love my GTR, but am I loyal to a GTR or am I loyal to the Nissan?
I feel like you're loyal to. Well, I guess that's true. Is that car loyalty or brand loyalty? But I think that goes with it. Like that's. Oh, you're pretty loyal to a GTR.
Yeah, I am. Speaking of me being loyal to GTRs, we've never once talked about the GTR versus the Dragon event that I help with.
Give them a little rundown about what that would be.
It's gonna be pretty wicked, guys. So this would be our third year, right, babe? It's our third year, right? So we mentioned the Tail of the Dragon a little bit on the last one. Anybody that's in the cars, I think you already know what the Tail of the Dragon is. But in October, we're gonna be out there. We've got close to 200 cars, I think, right now registered. It's going to be one of the largest, if not the largest, gathering of GTRs and Skylines. We've got everything from like a 1972 GTR, which I've never seen in person, so I will fangirl over that. And then there's going to be R32s, R33s, and I can't do it. R34s. They're looking at us because they think they're ugly.
Yep. Another car that our wives think are ugly. I don't love the R32s and 3s. They're pretty. I'd take one.
They're cool.
The R34 is one of the prettiest cars ever made.
Absolutely.
Overrated? Yes. Still gorgeous and incredible car, and I would absolutely take one. And oh my gosh, yes.
But anyway, there's going to be so many GTRs out there, and there will be videos about it. You can look it up on YouTube.
Wide body big turbo super is going to be there.
There will be a wide body big turbo super there.
That's me, by the way.
It's his name's Jeremy. He's kind of a jerk. There's going to be some cool stuff there, man. There's going to be some really cool people there. You can look up videos now. We can throw up a link or something and check us out on Instagram. Man, it's going to be cool. We got so many sponsors. We got like over $30,000 worth of stuff that we're giving away. We're raffling off. We're having a dinner. Like, it's a blast. But we're going to try to get some. Jeremy's going to learn to vlog, and we're going to be doing some vlogging while
and you
we're
don't
there.
have to have a GTR to go there.
So let me just say,
you have to have a GTR to go there.
You have to have a GTR to register
Okay.
because it is a GTR event.
Yeah.
It's GTR versus the Dragon. But obviously we make some exceptions for good friends and things like that. And some of the guys that have been there since the first year have moved on to a different platform and stuff. So we're not gonna be like, hey, you can't come now. You know what I mean? Like, so I guess like that whole thing is pretty brand loyal, right?
Yeah.
But we've even got Nissan that's like backing us and whatnot, and then just all kinds of stuff. But yeah, we're gonna post some stuff so you guys can check that out. Check us out on the Instagram, and if you like GTRs, you gotta check it out. But anyway, sorry.
And if you're hanging out in the area too, your chances.
Oh, you're gonna see so many cool cars, man.
Yeah.
It's October 10th through the 13th.
Yep.
Man, I can't wait.
And then the week before that is Slammed Enough in Sevierville, aka Gatlinburg.
Yeah, you'll be able to catch this guy.
Yep.
With John and JD Customs, man.
I'm gonna be at JD Customs booth.
Yeah.
With his car, I believe, and I think he's got 2 more cars coming. I don't know what they are yet.
Oh, I'd say probably his. God, I hope his Evo's there.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I love that car.
And then I'm gonna have a lot more stuff done to my car that I don't know if we'll have the content up for yet. So if you come,
oh yeah,
you may be able to see some stuff that is done to the car that you wouldn't normally be able to see. And who knows? If you have a car, submit. They might let you in.
That'd be sick.
For sure.
Come get a HalfTorqued sticker.
Yeah, for sure.
And buy shirts.
Absolutely.
Oh, hey, yeah. Speaking of shirts, this is from my buddy Treese. He's got a really nice R32. I have to let you see that thing. You'll meet him.
Yeah.
But he's got a YouTube channel. Great dude. He's got some cool stuff, man. He's doing a V8 swap in a 300Z. Yeah. And then and his R32 is a GTR. It's oh man, it's sick.
Yeah,
it's so sick. But he's just now finishing up the motor, so it's pretty cool, man. But
that'll be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. We're gonna have a blast.
Yep,
can't wait.
And shirts too. You can buy HalfTorqued shirts on HalfTorqued.com.
Yeah, you gotta get some shirts, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a long tangent.
Sorry.
It's okay. Let's get back on track.
Brand loyalty to GTRs.
What else are we gonna talk about here, man?
I don't know. Pull up the iPad. Let's see what we got.
What do we got here? We might have run through it all because I was planning on talking about the Corvette a lot longer.
Yeah, my bad. Kind of ruined that one for you.
Threw me off there, dude.
What I do.
Dude, that's all we've got. Let's come up with something. Mark IV Supras. I have started to gain a respect for Mark IV Supras a lot since I've gotten into the Mark V. However, I still think that they're overrated.
They are.
Just like the R34. I think a lot of the JDM, like the older JDM stuff, is overrated. Just
It's nostalgia.
yeah,
you know,
for
for
sure.
a lot of people.
I guess the Fast and Furious movies and stuff like that. Which
Yeah, I mean, they were expensive, when the movie came out, but
Yeah.
then when that movie became so popular, it just blew up.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, I've just never been a huge fan of the Mark IV. I think it's a great car. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you can make so much freaking power.
Mhm.
But sorry.
But when it comes down to like TX2K, you don't really see a Supra up there. Like, yeah, they're super fast, but it's an R8 or it's a GTR or it's a Lamborghini.
Yep.
Some people say Hellcats. Snot Rocket actually won this year, which is a Mustang. So a Mustang won TX2K this year. So actually,
Did you see her reaction when you said Snot Rocket?
no, I didn't. Oh yeah, when you're talking about Snot, his wife.
Oh, yeah.
gags.
My wife's a nurse, and you can't talk about that kind of stuff with her.
Yeah.
She's Snot Rocket. Yep.
But Snot Rocket's a beautiful green Mustang. That's a I can't remember that generation's name.
Oh, darn.
It's before the S550.
Mm,
I want to say the S197.
I have no idea.
Could be wrong about that.
I'm not a Mustang guy.
Which I didn't love until we went to the guy who sold me the Supra's house, and I saw his GT500 that was that year. Really, really pretty. I'll see if I can get a picture of that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I think people put too much faith in like the older JDM cars, and while they're super cool show cars, I just feel like they're getting left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sick, 100%, but at some point you're like maxed out on power, and you're not going to get much more out of a 2JZ anymore, I feel like.
I mean, once you get so much power, you're just, what's it good for other than running it down the track? Because you're not
Exactly.
driving a 3,000 horsepower Supra on the street.
Right. And
Even-
those don't have
even though-
traction control, and
Even though Devin Steedley was driving his 2,300 horsepower GTR on the street with 4 slicks.
that's insane.
Craziest ride I've ever been in.
4 slicks, that's so cool. I guess all-wheel drive,
Oh, my God, that car.
it's useful.
Yep. That, I'll send you a picture. We'll post a picture of his car. That and the Evo kart that my good buddy Brad had. That was wicked. That was so much fun, man.
Never got to see that one.
Oh, gosh. That thing was cool.
But anyway, yeah, I think older JDM cars are great show cars, and I wouldn't knock any of them, obviously.
No, absolutely not.
But like, I
Even
feel like
some of
people
them-
just love them too much.
Yeah. It's most of it comes from nostalgia, I think. But,
Yeah.
there's a lot of older JDM cars that I think are really cool. Like when we were in Charlotte at Trackhouse and we saw the MR2. You didn't even know what it was.
Mm-mm.
That's a cool car, man. The SW20. It had a 3S GTE engine in it, man. Mid-mounted, turbo, awesome car.
Yeah.
Death trap.
I
But-
believe it.
They're cool, though. Yeah, there's a lot of cool JDM cars out there that some people just don't like or care about.
Looking at our wives.
Yep. How's Roblox going? Yeah.
Well, does that wrap us up, dude?
I guess so. I don't think there's really much else right now. What are we going to talk about next time?
I don't know what we're going to talk about next time. I think we should ask them what they want to hear.
Yeah, give us something to talk about.
I think we may start a segment where we rate fans' cars.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, submit some cars, man.
I think we'll get like a link or something on the HalfTorqued website where you can like submit your ride.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
We'll show up pictures and put your tag and stuff like that and give you a ranking. I think it'd be really cool. We don't have like the greatest opinions ever, but it'd be really cool to like go through like fan builds, and
Oh, that'd be sick.
yeah, it'd be super cool. And we just like seeing cool cars.
Absolutely.
And we like seeing really bad ones too. So
Maybe we can come review your car.
that would be really cool.
That'd be
Fan
fun.
build series.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know what you want to see. At this point, the episode 2 of the Elantra build series should be out.
Yep.
So definitely go check that out.
Yeah.
If you haven't already. Big shout out to 6 Element.
Yeah. Who's happy? Who's looking forward to that?
My wife.
My wife.
My wife. She eats the apple. So yeah, go check that out. It should be really fun. We've got more to do with that car for sure.
Yeah, I think there's some. Yep.
This box behind me.
There's 2 boxes behind you.
This couple boxes behind me. It's actually 3.
Oh yeah.
That will be fun. Which we've already told them what that's going to be, so we can just talk about it.
Oh, the wide body.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did mention that.
So we have a wide body coming. We have the wide body now.
It's literally right there.
Literally. We're going to try and install it ourselves.
No, we're going to.
We're going to install it ourselves.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult, but it's going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah, and it's not my car, so if it gets ruined.
Yeah, exactly. Who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
For sure.
Sorry, Kaylee.
Hey,
why? Can you reach that? Let's show them what we're getting ready to do to yours. You want to?
Reach what? Oh. We were going to do this before the podcast, and we didn't end up doing it before the podcast.
That's okay.
I don't really know why. Maybe we'll do it after.
I thought you hit your thing.
So, this is the controversial mod. This is the Aventuri Supra headlight delete intake.
Bom, bom, bom.
Matt's been playing with it. You've probably seen it, but we've got the projector light here.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to throw a light in there.
We're going to give a little tutorial because there's not many videos on how to install them. So we're just going to try and figure it out ourselves. We are going to figure it out ourselves.
Oh, absolutely.
I just stop saying
if we won't,
try.
we'll pretend we do.
Yes. I think, therefore, I am. So, yeah, we're going to do a video on that, and then hopefully that will be up. That may be the next video that you guys see, actually.
No.
It's possible.
Should be the wheels.
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Oh, no, yeah, because we're... Yeah, okay. Yep, got you.
So that might be in the next video that we see. But, yeah, so let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you want us to talk about. We're always happy to give our opinion, especially when people don't want it. So
I'm kind of pumped about this idea of, like, reviewing some people's cars.
yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Shannon has a good car to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send you a picture. We'll post a picture of that thing. That is oh my God, that car's sick.
We'll talk about him next episode, actually, because he inspired my build a lot, for sure.
Oh, good. Yeah. He's got a majestic beard.
He does. It's a really good beard. Mm-hmm. It's a Duck Dynasty beard.
Wow. What a callback.
Is that a callback?
Yeah, I mean...
Is that niche?
Does anybody talk about that? I never watched the show.
Really?
No.
That's a good show.
Is it?
Sa.
Who?
Don't worry about it. They have Pops. They have Funko Pops.
Oh, do they?
For
you have one.
Duck Dynasty. I do have a Funko
You
Pop.
have a... we should... Nah, we're not going to do that.
We're not going to do what?
I was going to say we could have a little Jeremy right here.
That would be silly. We got to get you a Pop first.
I have one. Oh, me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not famous.
Yeah. We'll get you there.
I don't know about that.
My Pop is 1 cent more expensive because it's glow in the dark.
Suck it, Jack.
So yeah, golly, we got to figure out how to wrap this up quicker. We just keep talking, man.
That's okay.
We
We were told that we weren't funny, so now we're trying to be funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're not trying. Wait, are we funny? Oh, okay.
50%.
I don't know what's going on right now. I think she's having a stroke.
That's usually.
Oh.
All right. So thank you for tuning in. Go check out our Elantra N build series. We've got lots more plans with that, even though it's already awesome. And then, we got some new stuff coming up. And then let us know what you want us to talk about next.
Yeah, we've got some things in the works, too.
We definitely do.
Reaching out to some other companies.
Yep.
So that's cool.
Yep.
Going to get some stuff going. Man.
There should be no shortage of content, so stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Subscribe. Share with people. Our goal here is to try and make this massive world that is cars a little bit easier to join.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all we want to do. You know, it's for everybody.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
And there are different levels to it, and you don't have to be as into it as we are. Obviously, this is kind of like what we do with all of our time, and we're always installing our own stuff. And the fact that we're going to install a wide body ourselves is silly. So
that's going to be entertaining at the least.
100%.
Luckily, Kaylee will be doing most of the work.
Yeah, exactly. She's really good at that stuff. So
and I don't know what my wife's going to do. What are you going to do?
She'll help.
Yeah. She's probably just going to sit in a chair and swing and read.
I don't know. She's smart.
She is smart. My wife is very smart. My wife,
she eats the apple. Sorry. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, there's no shortage of content coming your way. So like and subscribe, share with your friends. And maybe we'll have a little tab on HalfTorqued.com to submit your car.
Yeah, we're going to make that happen.
That would be really fun.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Absolutely. And
so yeah, check out HalfTorqued.com. Register on the site. Maybe buy some merch.
For sure.
We are looking to have merch on hand.
Yep.
Because we are working to, just say it.
Sure.
We're working on getting the show together.
Yep.
We did a test run with the meat. You saw it in the last video. So we're looking to get a show together. We're talking to a couple places. We're going to try and have some merch on hand, things like that. So just, we'll let you know, guys. Yeah.
For sure.
Check out the Instagram. That's the best way to keep up with us, aside from the YouTube, obviously.
Yep.
But yeah.
Thank you guys for watching.
Big things.
We will see you in the next time.
See you guys.
See you in the next episode.
Woo.